Mother and her daughter in Colorado. True Crime Daily, published October 6, 2023. This is in Lakewood, Colorado. And it says, a judge sentenced a 15-year-old boy this week for starting a fire that killed a mother and her 10-year-old daughter last year. According to an October 3rd news release from the Colorado 1st Judicial District Attorney's Office. The teen will spend 7 years in the Colorado Department of Human Services Division of Youth Services with 113 days of time served. The 15-year-old pleaded guilty on July 15th to 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated juvenile offender, first-degree criminal attempt to commit murder, and first-degree arson. On October 31st, 2022, at approximately 4:15 a.m., first responders were dispatched to a structure fire at the 32-unit Tiffany Square apartment building. A total of 14 units suffered damage from the fire, and all the residents were forced to relocate. While investigating, Lakewood Police Department officers found 31-year-old Kathleen Payton and her young daughter, Jasmine Payton Aguayo, dead inside one of the units. 10 people suffered injuries from the fire. 3 of them were transported to the hospital. Investigators believe 2 suspects, who were 14 and 12 years old at the time, intentionally set the fire. According to the Denver Gazette, the 2 boys were reportedly inside one of the units on the night of October 30th, then got kicked out. Witnesses saw the boys flee the building, and then the 14-year-old came back with what they believed to be a Molotov cocktail or some other incendiary. Payton and Payton Aguayo died from smoke inhalation. The 12-year-old boy reportedly told his grandmother he caused the apartment building fire. The 2 suspects also had criminal pasts. The Denver Gazette reports the 14-year-old was a runaway and joined a local Bloods gang, while the younger one was charged in the past with felony menacing. Lakewood police arrested the 2 suspects November 6, 2022. The district attorney's office said the victims and their families were present during the sentencing, and many of them wore Jasmine Payton Aguayo's favorite colors, pink and purple. The co-defendant remains in custody and is scheduled for a status hearing October 16th. Officials did not disclose the suspects' names due to their ages. Listen, about a week or 2 ago, there was an incident that happened, I believe it was in Arizona. Actually, here, I'll look it up. Okay. So, I'm sorry, Las Vegas. I apologize for that. So, yeah, this is from, information should not be behind a paywall, but fine. I guess this is where we are in the world. APnews.com. Hopefully they won't ask me for my money. I don't know if you guys saw this case. So, 2 teens in Las Vegas face murder charges for fatal hit and run they captured on video. Sorry, police saying. I don't know if you guys saw this case. The 2 teens had stolen a vehicle, had already done the same thing to someone else. They were just joyriding in a stolen vehicle that they had just taken from someone. Crashed into someone else that was on a bike, but that person survived. But then did it a second time to an ex-chief of police. And they recorded it, of course, because of course. And they just ran him over. That's it. No reasoning. There was nothing. It's just they saw the person on a bike. They laughed about it, and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna crash into that person." And they intentionally crashed into that person that was just riding their bike, who just so happened to be the ex-chief of police. Yeah. So let's see. The Las Vegas police say they have tied the teens to at least 3 hit-and-run incidents on the morning of August 14th. They believe the death of 64-year-old Andreas Rene Probst, a former police chief in Bell, California, was the final one. Video shot from the front passenger seat shows the vehicle approaching Probst from behind while he was riding near the curb on an otherwise traffic-free road. As those in the car laugh, the vehicle steers toward Probst and then rams the bicycle, sending Probst hurtling onto the hood and into the windshield. Yes, my friends, that happened. That happened. 150% happened, just like I described it to you right now, just like I read it. Why? Because they wanted to. Moral of the story. While the percentages are not as big as adults, minors commit crimes. 100% they do. Minors have been responsible for murders. There have been very few, but there have been 1 or 2 like serial killers that were children. There have been plenty of true crime cases that we read of. Well, not plenty, but a handful of them have been perpetrated by kids. 100%. The first case we read tonight was a 17-year-old that killed his brother's wife and their 2 children. The brother, the adult, found guns all around the house. And the 17-year-old minor went in and he killed his sister-in-law and his nieces and nephews. Cold blood. They should be tried as adults. The hope that these teens and minors will one day grow up to be reinstated into society. I mean, it could possibly happen. And, people deserve second chances, but a lot of these cases committed by minors are pretty grotesque. I don't know what's going to happen to these 2 specific individuals that did this to this ex-police chief that was just riding his bike, minding his business. Like I mentioned before, probably a man. I'm not probably. I'm about 100% sure that man was loved, respected, admired, minding his own business, existing. All he did was exist. And he got ran over because of that. By 2 minors that if you were to see like the court videos, no emotion whatsoever. Not one bit. If they would have grown up with that same mentality, those would have been the future criminals of our society. 100%. It's just that it happened a lot earlier now, and they're going to be facing jail time for a very long time. But if this would not have happened, pretty sure that they would have done something later on in their life. Crazy. Crazy. So yeah, that's basically just, it's just they're completely capable of committing crimes. Here, let's watch this real quick.
Well, a disturbing story in Las Vegas. 2 teens in custody accused of intentionally running over a former Southern California police chief who was riding his bicycle. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Robles joins us live in studio with the details. Mark.
Yeah, John, good morning. This is the victim right here behind us. Las Vegas Metro Police describing this case as appalling and a cowardly act. From video evidence that they have collected, they believe this bicyclist was hit intentionally. And we have learned that he was once police chief in the city of Bell. He's been identified as Andy Probst, 64 years old. Las Vegas police say 2 juveniles were on a joyride in a stolen car. Dashcam video obtained by police shows the teens laughing and making comments while approaching Probst. before he was struck and then thrown against the windshield. The 17-year-old driver was arrested the same day of the crash last month, but at the time, police were not aware of the video. After seeing it, it led to an upgraded murder charge and prompted a search for the second teen in the car. His arrest just announced yesterday. Andy Probst's daughter speaking alongside police, describing her father as a man of honor and integrity who worked for more than 35 years in law enforcement.
Andy's life was robbed by two individuals who did not believe that lives of others matter. We believe that Andy's murder is a direct result of society's decayed family values and the strong effects that social media has on our youth. We as a family in no way feel that Andy's murder was based on race or profession. It was a random act of violence.
In the criminal justice system, if you are a minor and you are eligible to be charged with the crime of murder, you are automatically sent to the adult system. I am confident that that is what is going to happen in this case.
Andy Probst retired as Bell's police chief back in 2009. He had since moved to the Las Vegas area. Live here in studio, Mark Robles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Did they mention anything else?
Hello, I'm Mark.
Okay, let's see if maybe they show the video here. Let me see. Jeez, they try to force this on people, and I don't understand why. Okay, so these are the two teens that committed the crime. Let's see if maybe this video will show the recording that they did, because like I mentioned, of course they recorded it. And let me tell you something, I don't agree very much on the whole, like what she mentioned about like the whole like family part and whatnot, because let's be honest, families have been in this state for decades now, so it's not as if things don't happen in families and whatnot. We're human beings. We're prone to doing horrendous things to others. That's in human beings' nature. But I can agree with her on the social media part. And it is a discussion I have a lot with my wife as well. And it's ironic because I am on social media because of, well, I enjoy it. I enjoy TikTok. And I'm also on social media because of the show as well. So TikTok for the True Crime channel. I have one for the King Angel show as well, which is the one that I normally always use. You can follow me there. Remember to join that Discord, the King Angel show. All links in the description box if you're watching me on YouTube, or if you're watching me on Twitch in the About section. Or I posted an event link for a horror movie night on Discord, on chat for both Twitch and YouTube, and it should be on Facebook as well. So there you go. Join the Discord. Why are you not there yet? Answer. Let me know in chat. Nonetheless, two teens. We're gonna watch the video. I forgot what I was saying. It happens because I deviated from the conversation. But I still want you to join the Discord, so fair is fair.
The teen driver accused of intentionally hitting and killing a cyclist is now headed to adult court to be charged with murder. 8 News Now, the only local television station who was in the courtroom.
And a teen who police are trying to identify as the passenger recorded the viral video of the homicide, also in a juvenile courtroom this morning. The 8 News Now investigators confirming Jesus Ayala, 17 at the time of the alleged crime spree, is the accused driver. And 16-year-old Yazimir Keys identified by police as the passenger. Now, police say they stole 4 cars that day, and they are responsible for 3 hit and runs, including the killing of 64-year-old Andy Probst. The teen's mother now responding to the allegations.
Sorry, I'm going to mute it, but I want to put that part back, this one, So if you think about it, they were sort of like stalking him beforehand. They had gone a little bit slower before, and then they accelerated when they were like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Completely sick. So, moral of the story, dude. Anyone can commit a murder. Don't discard a teen just because they're minors. They can commit murders too. Oh yeah. It's pretty obvious because we just saw this one. And we just read about the 15-year-old as well. You feel me? That kid was told to leave. And he came back with a Molotov cocktail. Or some other incendiary device. That's what they said. But they mentioned the Molotov cocktail. But let's just for 1 minute agree with that and say that it was the Molotov cocktail. Just write it in chat. Are you not understanding what I just said? A 15-year-old had a Molotov. He wasn't even 15 at the time. He was, 14, 13? And he was with a 12-year-old. He left and came back with a Molotov cocktail. And you're telling me that teens shouldn't be tried as an adult? What? There's some people that actually are convinced that teens, like if you're under the age of 18 and you commit a crime, that you should not be tried as an adult. But they committed the crime like an adult. Because an adult will go get a Molotov cocktail and throw it inside of a place. And that's exactly what the teen did. I don't know. When I was talking about social media beforehand, before I deviated, because I am on social media. But I still understand perfectly the depths of depravity and just how fucked up social media is for people in general, let alone younglings. I mean, literally, social media is why people ate Tide Pods, or they were like people like planking, and just name something. You can honestly probably come up with like 5 different things in the last 5 to 10 years that have popped up because of social media. The ice bucket challenge, remember that one? Remember all, like, there's so many different things. I mean, yeah, social media is designed to try to keep you engaged and feel the rush of people liking or commenting on something that you did or created or posted or uploaded or reposted or whatever the fuck it is. That's like the whole point. There's no one out there that can honestly say that they're on social media and they're not doing it because, you know, they don't like the adrenaline of, you know, that rush of that new follow or some comment or some shit like that. Yeah, if you're on social media, you probably experience that. Don't lie to yourself. It's just that if you think about it, these generations that are growing up now, dude, they were all born into social media. They don't know anything else other than life under a social media microscope. So, whose fault is it really? I'd want to blame parents, but the parents are probably on those same social media platforms themselves and probably spend a whole bunch of time on them too, so but you can't blame them. I personally blame the government. Here's why I blame the government. And I've talked about this on Coffee, the News, and Us when we, that's the other segment that I have that's the complete opposite of true crime. We talk about a lot of interesting things that have a more positive outlook to it, more informative, more educational. But because social media was never regulated, we are at the point where we are now. Which is why I firmly believe that AI should be regulated and should happen sooner rather than later. But and obviously if we let AI go down the same path as social media has gone down, we're fucked as a society. We're just fucked. Humanity can cease to exist from that point on, because it's going to devour us. But yeah, I agree with her. And I don't limit it only to kids. I limit it, I can expand it to human beings in general. Social media has done worse for us than better. But social media brings out the worst in people. No doubt about it, regardless of the age. The things I've heard on TikTok, like a 12, 13-year-old, all the way to an 85-year-old say, yeah, or comment or some shit like that, yeah. It's allowed free reign of speech, just foment on this app and resonate with other people, and yeah, that's where we are now, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. That's why you have YouTube content creators that go up to people with cameras and shit, and then they get surprised when they get shot. I'm talking about a case that happened during the weekend, last week. Some YouTuber went up to a dude in a mall and put his phone in his face, because he's like a famous content creator, and dude, the guy's just like, well, he didn't cock the gun, but he just walked in the middle of a mall, mind you, and he was charged because he shot the gun in a mall, not because of the confrontation. Actually, it was determined that it was self-defense. So he shot the person, and no lie, the YouTuber said that he was going to continue doing the same thing, and it's all to post it on social media. People give homeless people that are already in a pretty shitty, fucked up situation that they wish they were not in food and record it. That is insane to me. Because it's obvious that it's not because you're trying to help the person. It's because you're trying to post it on social media, because you probably have a following. You're going to get a lot of followers. You're probably going to make a lot of money. There's some people that do that shit. They make more money from the video that's being posted than whatever money they're spending on the food for themselves and the homeless person. 10 times that. And I think that's, yeah, you can use social media for businesses and to grow and to keep in touch and communicating and keeping yourself informed, but wow. The flip side to all that is downright disgusting. There's this famous TikToker fucking exposed Instagram for all the shit that Instagram does, like some pretty illegal shit that's happening there. Illegal groups on a social media platform. It's because it was never regulated. It's because no one cared. It's because it was a new thing and everyone was so excited, and it was a way, to create this profile for yourself and blah, 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 blah. And dude, now we're in the position that we're in now. Mind you, we only see the vanilla side of the internet. Imagine everything else that's on the other side that there are countless stories about. People talk about like the dark web and shit and all this. I'm telling you, as human beings, there has to be some sort of change, and knowledge is the only thing that can take us towards that change, because we're lacking, and it's not working. Whatever we're doing right now, it's not working, and it's causing us worse experiences as human beings. and making it extremely uncomfortable to be on this planet. It's bad enough the planet's already trying to eat us alive and expunge us from this beautiful green earth, or parts of it, because we're killing everything. I don't even want to get into that part. Teens have to be tried as adults. Obviously, if you're under the age of like 13, I get it. But those are really rare, really extremely rare occurrences. But after the age of 13, 14, dude, have you ever heard about the Beaver family? It's Robert Beaver, Matthew Beaver, and they killed their teens, 13, 14, killed like their whole family. And then they were planning to go out and kill more people. Their whole plan was going across the grand old US of A and kill as many people as possible from one point to another before, I guess, getting killed off by the police or something. Look it up. It's let's see, just so that I can give you the correct name of it. I did a video on this, not a video. I did a reaction video to that chapter's content about the Beaver family. Yeah, Robert Beaver. And the case is see, he wanted to outdo Columbine. Dude, that case is insane. And it was 2 teens. Mind you, they killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people total. Yeah, they have to be tried as adults. Teens can kill too.